All right. Looks like we're live. Waiting for it to show up on my YouTube and Kick. Looks like, okay, cool. We are live. Welcome back, folks. It's been a while. For JE Live anyway. I mean, the last time you guys saw me doing a live stream, I was at my folks' house, basement and everything. I have moved out, in case you guys did not know that. I know a lot of you do. So I am in this awesome apartment with this awesome setup. Props to my father for helping me put this together because it was not easy. Also just trying to figure out like what the hell do I want to do with this setup? And I, kind of thought about it, and I really like the idea of adding a jersey, couple jerseys to the mix there. It's something that I had some ideas, but now we're back and we're ready to go because I understand the dead period's coming up. So there's going to be some announcements and stuff about this channel and, where I go from here. But this is the start of the NFL season, guys. Okay. Like, we're back. Like, I don't care what anyone says. This is the Rams 2024 Super Bowl run, and it kicks off tonight. If you guys didn't see the schedule, if you didn't see any of those videos, you can check it out after the fact. I'd ask that you please stay here and check it out after. But yeah, I'm super stoked. I think there is a great opportunity here. And look, I mean, I understand some things happened. The Rams lost Aaron Donald. I get that. He retired, and that does matter. I'm not trying to brush it off and act like he's a nobody, but at the same time, I feel very good about the Rams. Dare I say I'm bullish on the Rams. And I think not only are they going to win 13 games this year, but I think they are going to take that one seed in the NFC for the first time in Sean McVay's tenure. And I think ultimately they're going to go to the Super Bowl and play the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, am I going to say they win or lose? No, I'm not really sure. And I think it's unfair for me to go that far out. But the point is, this is a Super Bowl team, okay? If everyone stays healthy, there's no reason why this team can't win. And I know I'm going to get people saying, oh, well, the Rams helmet and the Atwell and Witherspoon jerseys in the background and the Robert Woods signed football tells me that you're biased. And yeah, I mean, there's a bias there because it's right out in front of you. The Rams Super Bowl banner right there, but also the Rams Super Bowl banner right there. Did I not say back in 2021 that the Rams would win the Super Bowl after the immediate moment they traded for Matthew Stafford? Did I not say the Rams would win the Super Bowl? I did. I said the Rams would win the Super Bowl. I wanted Stafford for years, and this is why, for moments like this, because now you have this team that, let's just say their stock is a little low, okay? I think that it got higher after the draft, but I just saw an article, 9-8, the typical 8-9. Oh boy, here we go again. No Aaron Donald. That's going to be the argument every single time. It's an older team. First off, if you're predicting injuries in your, way too early predictions, you're doing it wrong because that's insane. But my biggest thing, folks, is that I really look at this team and I think across the board, where do they actually have a need? You would probably say immediately inside linebacker. And I would counter and say, no, because inside linebacker isn't a need. It is a preference. The Rams have one of the best inside linebackers in football in Ernest Jones. After him, it's Christian Roseboom, Jake Hummel, Troy Reeder, Olakunle Fadikasi, and Omar Speights. But they only really need one legitimate linebacker. And I don't think Roseboom is half bad. I don't think Jake Hummel's half bad. And I actually, if Olakunle Fadikasi got an opportunity on the defensive side, he was a very good college football player. I wouldn't be surprised if he could make things work. My point I'm making here is that the biggest need that you could make is inside linebacker. And luckily for you, and luckily for the Rams, they don't need inside linebacker. There's a reason why they're only going to keep 3 on the roster in all likelihood. They're going to play primarily that nickel coverage. They're going to primarily use a slot corner, a star, whatever you want to call it, a third defensive back. They're not going to be using 2 linebackers or 3. So that is important moving forward to realize that. But then after that, you could say, safety. How would safety be a need? Quentin Lake, Cameron Curl, Russ Yeast, Cameron Kinchins. I mean, that's not, and I honestly think we're sleeping on 2 guys. I think we're sleeping on 3 guys. I don't know if they'll make the roster. I don't know who will make the roster after those 3, but I would lean Jason Taylor the second, who I have in my prediction. But Jason Taylor the second, the 7th rounder of Oklahoma State. Then you have Kenny Logan Jr. from Kansas. And then you have Tanner Engel, who was a preseason standout last year. So they have some guys in the safety room. The Rams, for the first time in a long time, don't have a need. They don't. Not right now. They could have one down the road. And if you're talking long term, yeah, they're going to have to pay some of these guys. But as of right now, quarterback, check mark. Matthew Stafford, Jimmy Garoppolo, Stetson Bennett. That's one of the best quarterback rooms in football. Okay? Period. Running back, Kyron Williams, Blake Corum, Boston Scott, Zach Evans, Ronnie Rivers. Check mark. One of the best running back rooms in football. I don't care what anyone says. Wide receiver, Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, Demarcus Robinson, Tutu Atwell, Jordan Whittington, Tyler Johnson. Check mark. And yeah, they could even add Cortland Sutton. We'll see what ends up happening, but I feel very good about that wide receiver room. Then tight end. Okay? Tyler Higbee will be back. He's not going to miss the whole year. So you got Colby Parkinson, Davis Allen, you got Hunter Long, and then some other UDFA guys that have a shot to maybe make the roster. That's a really good tight end room, especially when Higbee's back. Check mark. Offensive line. So the first 5, right? Left tackle, Alaric Jackson. Doesn't get enough credit. Check mark. You're good at left tackle. Left guard, Jonah Jackson. He's going to be a stud, especially in the run game. Check mark. Center, Steve Avila. Okay? Check mark. I wanted him to move to center last year. You guys know that. Right guard, Kevin Dotson. Signed long term. Check mark. Rob Havenstein, right tackle. Check mark. Okay? Then you have your depth. You have Joe Noteboom. You have Warren McClendon Jr. You have KT Leviston. You have Bo Limmer. You have Logan Bruss. Check mark. You have a bunch of depth. You have offensive line talent. Then the defensive line. Okay? And this is off the top of my head. I'm not looking at the depth because I already know it. That's how good it is right now. Defensive line. Kobe Turner. Bobby Brown III. Braden Fisk. Tyler Davis. Desjuan Johnson, Corey Durden, Laryl Murchison. That's a lot. Your defensive line is fine. It sucks that Donald retired, but you have to move on. This is a good defensive line. There's a chance Donald could come back at the end of the year. We'll cross that bridge if we cross it and when we cross it. Edge. The biggest weakness the Rams had was edge. Coming into this, no doubt about it. And what they do, they used the first round pick, the first time since 2016, they drafted another Jared Verse. And they took him, who's ready to play right away. He's the day one starter. I think he's the best edge on the team, day one. You have Byron Young, who had a really underrated season. Michael Hoyt, who could play interior and on the outside. Then you have Brennan Jackson, O'Shawn Mathis, and Nick Hampton, as well as Keir Thomas if they want to keep an extra. And Zach Van Valkenburg, guys that could push to potentially make the roster. Inside linebacker we already talked about. That's fine. Is it the weakest unit? Probably, but it's not a need. It's just a preference. How about corner? I still think there's a chance they bring back my guy Witherspoon. I think there's a very real possibility of it. But even if they don't, Darius Williams, Tre'Davious White, Kobe Durant, Darion Kendrick, Trey Tomlinson, Cam McCutcheon, Josh Wallace. I love their cornerbacks. I'm a big fan. Kobe Durant had a down year. He had a sophomore slump, if you will. But why are we all of a sudden completely ignoring his rookie year? Why are we all of a sudden acting like the guy doesn't do anything? He has a chance. Darion Kendrick may not be your favorite corner in the world, but when he's your fourth corner, that's pretty good corner depth. And don't forget about Trey Tomlinson. We were talking about him all off season and how he was going head to head with Devontae Adams in training camp. And now all of a sudden, I don't hear anything about him. Not a peep. Josh Wallace intrigues me, UDFA out of Michigan. And then Cam McCutcheon, another preseason darling. Then you look at safety. And we already talked about it, but Cameron Curl, huge addition. Can't stress that enough. Cameron Kinchins adding that ball hawking mentality. Quentin Lake, Russ Yeast, Jason Taylor II, Kenny Logan Jr. I really like what you have there in the back end of the secondary. Then your specialists. What was the other biggest need outside of edge? Probably even bigger. Kicker. They went out and got my number one kicker in the draft, Joshua Carty, who I wanted in October. I wanted the Rams to draft him in October. I found a video where I literally said, how about Josh Carty? That would be nice. Boom. They end up getting him. He was in like all my mock drafts. Josh Carty. Boom. There you go. There's your kicker of the future. Your punter, Ethan Evans. Boom. Punter of the future. Your long snapper, Alex Ward. Well, Jake, what about returners? Well, they checked that box too. They went out and got Boston Scott. They have Jordan Whittington, who can help in the punt return game if they have to. They have Kenny Logan. They have guys that can work. Wouldn't be surprised if they use somebody like Zach Evans or Blake Corum, or maybe some of the corners, maybe Kobe Durant. They have options. This is the fun part about it, folks. This team doesn't have a need. There is not a need in sight. There is not a hole in sight on this roster. Anyone that tells you otherwise just doesn't know what they're talking about, frankly. That's just the way it is. I'm not saying it's unheard of. Shocker, people who don't watch Rams football don't know what they're talking about when it comes to the Rams. That's shocking. No, it's not. So yeah, as you guys know, my little monologue at the beginning where I just go on a JE rant. Yeah, I miss you guys big time. I know I see all your comments and I try to get back to as many as I can, and people have DM'd me and I've responded and I've talked to some on Twitter, but it's not the same, man. I'm a live streamer at heart. I like the videos, mainly the algorithm likes the videos, but I'm a live streamer at heart. So back to my whole, announcing stuff. We got 17 on Kick. I never go live anymore. That's going to change. So from the Rams perspective, this year will be the same plan, okay? There is a wedding I'm going to. I did find out the exact day today. I was hoping I'd miss both of them. I did dodge one wedding, my friend Grant's wedding. His fell on the week where they play the Minnesota Vikings on a Thursday. So awesome. I'm not going to have to miss, a Rams game. But October 6th is going to be a tough one, folks. I don't know if I'm going to have to leave the wedding early. I don't know how it's going to work. I'm a little concerned, but we'll figure it out, I'm sure. The seasons are so important to me, and pretty much you guys, your support, your donations, your memberships, subscribing, word of mouth, buying merch. It's allowed me to be in this position after I quit my full-time job and made this my full-time job. So that is going to be tough with the wedding, but it's only one. It's only 1 week, and I am trying to go to multiple games this year if I can do it. I'm definitely going to the Jets game. That's the one. You can lock that in if you're trying to go to the game that I go to. I will be at MetLife Stadium, a.k.a. JetLife Stadium. Got a lot of respect for the Jets. As you know, I covered them, and I got friends over there that covered them. So I look forward to maybe doing a collab, maybe something at a bar the night before, like a live podcast. I really want to come to LA, Rams tapes. I see that in the comments section. Really trying to get to LA. What game do I go to? I know my friend Dan, who, basically hosts the NFC West Roundtable. He is the moderator, Dan Mitchell. He has already reached out to me about a Rams Bills game. So I think that would be fire to go to that one. I don't know if I could go to a 49er game. I just don't know if I could handle it. I'm kidding, of course. But no, Rams Bills, though, sounds like it's possible. Ronnie, I see off topic, but where's Yankees Unloaded? Gary and I are going to be, we're going to be recording that late tonight. So that'll come out probably tomorrow, probably early, like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. We've been on a little bit of a break because of just everything that was going on, but we're back and we're not giving it up. So don't worry about that. That's another thing, folks, for you Rams fans that have no idea what's going on. I did start a Yankees channel, Yankees podcast, with my good friend who you've probably seen on Kick once or twice, Gary Sheffield Jr., who is, he's become one of my best friends. And, we love doing it, and I'm excited because during the dead period, I'll be able to cover my favorite baseball team, but the baseball stuff will never get in the way of NFL. And I hope you guys know that because I know some people reached out about it. Look, the NFL draft, I was here. I mean, I wasn't here. I was in my other home, but I was here, and I'm going to be here for you guys, and I'm going to keep, rolling with this content. It's not going anywhere. Always get those questions. Hey, Jake, you haven't made a video in 2 days. Are you done? No. No, I am not done. So anyway, that is that. I plan on going live a lot more. Caesar, the new place is great. Appreciate you. What's up, Alex? Appreciate that. Jack, yes, Rams Bills. Coming from YouTube to Kick. Hey, appreciate that, Falco. Yeah, everyone be sure to follow me on Kick and subscribe on YouTube if you haven't already. I'm going to be doing some fun stuff. Gaming streams will be back as well. So if you want to get to know me a little bit more away from the Rams content, when I'm not doing Rams content or Yankees content, I'm going to be gaming. Planning on already doing Fallout. If you guys have watched any of the new show, the Fallout show, I'm planning on streaming those games. Maybe some other stuff as well. But, I definitely want to get back into it. And this summer's going to be a lot of gaming because it's a lot of dead period for, NFL football. But the Rams content isn't going to stop. And so you have to understand, you have to bear with me here because people will be like, oh, it's slow off season. Yeah, it's my job and I have to create content. So for instance, that Dragon Ball Z video, Dragon Ball Super video that I plan on doing, comparing Rams to characters in the series, that's the type of stuff you're going to get if there's no content to be had. I have to create it out of thin air. So you are going to see more of that. We are coming across a dead period, but my hope is that we keep these streams going and you guys keep showing up to the streams and there will be no dead period of any sort. So I'm very excited about that, moving forward, just being able to kind of combat the dead period and do it in a way that I haven't been able to do it before. I think this will be our biggest year yet by far. The projections are outrageous, but it's looking really good this year. We'll just say that. So, appreciate you guys for 2023, a great 2023 season. 2022 was tough, but you guys battled and you stayed with us and all the content, Alexis and I, Cam and I mean, it was great, but 2024 is going to be our biggest year by far. Now being on my own, well, I have a roommate, but being in this setup and having this setup dedicated to my content and not just carving out a certain spot in the corner of a basement, it's going to be a lot easier to make more content. I've been trying to do a video a day while I settle in, still have plenty of clothes to unpack, stuff like that. And over on my other channel, the Jake Ellenbogen Extra, I think it's called Jake Ellenbogen Extra, that is going to be all of my dump content. And what I mean by that is if you're interested, it's extra content. I'm not trying to make a penny off it. I mean, if I make something off it, great. but I'm not going to care about algorithm or anything like that. It's going to be a miscellaneous bunch of content. Went to the show last night. I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram. I saw Starset, my favorite band. It was outstanding. I will put all of those, all the videos that I shot yesterday. I'll put those on the channel, as well as some golf stuff and whatever I really feel like. I'll just put on that extras channel. So that's just for you guys. That's really what it comes down to. You don't have to subscribe to that if you don't want to. It's really just for you. I do get messages about the Jake Ellenbogen live show. I'm bringing that back, okay? The Jake Ellenbogen show. I'm bringing that back. This is JE Live. This is strictly going to be a live stream. I've had people asking me to drop this on, podcast platforms. I want this to stay what it is. I want, this to remain a live stream, live show, and have that brand. But the Jake Ellenbogen show I'm going to bring back, and I might even do video for it. We'll see what ends up happening. Expect more audio-driven content with that. But yeah, a lot of stuff going on, and I'm really excited about it, and I'm excited to share it with you. And this Rams team gets me really excited as well. Appreciate everybody with the new setup comments. Means a lot. What's up, Tico? How you doing? Good to see you. College football 25, absolutely, Jack. It's gonna be a fun year, guys. I hope you guys just follow along with all the content. It's gonna be a lot, but it'll be fun. Really looking forward to it. And yeah. We need you. We just need you for Rams. Well, Nick, that might be true for you, and I appreciate it. There are other people, believe it or not, that like my gaming stuff and they like my other content. And so, I'm going to keep spreading that out, but it'll only be Rams on this channel. So I've divided it in a way where it's not going to affect the algorithm. It's not going to affect your experience with this channel. This channel, when you come here and you want Rams content, that's what you're going to get. You're not going to get any surprises. No, I mean, you might get like stuff at the end of a video asking you, hey, can you please subscribe to my NFL channel? Which, by the way, I have an NFL channel. Going to be pushing that more. So a lot of fun stuff. Again, I do this full time, so I have plenty of time to do it. So I'm looking forward to just making content. Yes, Swaggy, I am back. I am back, not just making videos. I'm going to try. I do not want to commit, as Alex knows. Alex, in the comment section. As soon as I say I'm going to commit to a schedule, the power goes out. Some crazy shit always happens. So I'm not going to commit to any schedule. You guys have stayed here long enough. 26,000 subscribers. Appreciate it, by the way. Getting closer to 27. 26,000 subscribers. You guys have been here. And I have been really disorganized. I don't have any banner on my account that says, oh, video coming every Wednesday. No, I try to make one every day. That's really what I do. And I'm not going to stop with that trend. So that's where we're going in. This room is wicked hot right now. Good Lord. It is so hot. I didn't unmod you, but it seems like people unmodded a lot of people. So I noticed that. Because there are people that I gave mod power to that aren't mods anymore. So I don't know. Yeah, exactly. As soon as I do a whole schedule, it's a big thing, pulling teeth out, and I'm not trying to do that. The gaming streams will be wicked soon. Maybe this weekend, we'll see. But I'm really excited for that. Appreciate that. Excited for the JE show again. Am Rams fan, thank you for the new setup comment. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm super amped, man. I'm super amped. And I like, also, just full disclosure, I am in there's a chance I'm the happiest I've ever been. Now, I understand that might not matter to some people, but I've been very open about how I've dealt with depression and anxiety. So it feels good to be in this spot that I'm at, you know? Yeah, the JE Unfiltered, that's the Jake Ellenbogen show, essentially. It's just unfiltered. People like when I cuss. I don't know. Would I draft Kyron Williams in the first round? I probably would. Thank you. The the HVAC is right there. So in this room, my office space, it's right there. I'm pointing right at it. And yeah, the AC just went on. Oh, and I've seen people. Ooh, am I reading that right? We just hit 1,000 members. Everyone give yourself a round of applause. We just hit 1,000 members on our Discord channel. That is freaking sweet. 1,000 members. 1,000 of you are on our Discord. And by the way, if you want to join, link is in the description. It is totally free. 1,000 Discord members. That is wild. That is wild. Well, I appreciate you guys for that. You definitely do, Jack. You cuss like a sailor. Camera quality's crazy. Does it really look that nice? That's cool. Yeah, I wasn't sure how well it would. I guess I got to see it for myself. Yeah, it does look good. There's always that kind of grainy, you know, if you live stream, it's going to look not as good as just recording it the way it is. So, but awesome. Fantastic. My next move, I would stand pat. I'm not in any hurry to get anybody. Oh, that's not true. I would get Witherspoon. If that's not an option, then I'd stand pat. I think grabbing Akello Witherspoon, playing him on the boundary with Darius Williams or Trey White, and then using the other one in the slot would make a lot of sense. I do have Twitch. I'm just bad at growing on Twitch, apparently, but I do have it. It's same thing. It should just be JK Bogan. I want JJ3 back as well. So, yeah, I would take JJ3 back. Simmons, I wouldn't be against Justin Simmons. Wouldn't be against another receiver. $1,000 in the Discord, damn. We're really cooking. We are cooking. When I start the fantasy league, I don't know if I'm doing a fantasy. Well, I'll do a fantasy league, but I am. I'm in the what is it? Why am I blanking on him? I'm in the Scott Fish Bowl. Yeah, I'm in the Scott Fish Bowl fantasy league. It is super chill. What's up, Fritzy? First, the best team in the NFC. Yeah, we'll see about that. We'll see about that. Tell everybody that we were back up. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm gonna try and live stream as much as I can, but I can't commit to a schedule. It's not in my blood. It's why I work on my own. It's why I set my own hours. It's why I didn't like actually get a degree in college. I'm not one of those people that can have a giant schedule. I kind of just figure things as I go, and that's always been the way I do things, and it's been the most effective to me. Some other people would disagree. That's fine, but yeah. So I'll try to go live as much as I can. Here's my thing, okay? I think I got to get out of the mindset of, because it's always been there. I like going live for a long time, but if I could stick to an hour a day, like if I could actually do that, think about how much this channel would grow. Think about how happy you guys would be. Because, I mean, I'm always being asked, hey, are you going to go live? Can you go live? Why aren't you live? Like, if I did an hour a day, that would do wonders, I think. I think really my biggest weakness, though, is not live streaming, is not any of that. My biggest weakness, and I think some people already know what I'm going to say, are YouTube shorts and TikToks and Instagram reels. They are a pain in the ass because I don't make that content. I make this content and then I repurpose it into that. And you may think, oh, Jake, that's easy. It's not really that it's not easy. It's just tedious. It's just annoying. Like, I don't know. It's my least favorite type of content. I still do it, and I can make good content doing it, but it's my least favorite. The helmet is not autographed. No, DJ. The football is. It's Robert Woods. He signed it for me, actually. That wasn't one I just bought. I actually met him at an expo, like a business expo in LA. So that was cool. Yeah, HD, I'm not a huge short form content person either. It's just you kind of have to do it in order to grow. It's like a free subscriber machine. A lot of my subscribers probably came here from watching short form content that I've made. So I got to keep going with that. But yeah. Vic, I appreciate that. Missed you too. How you doing? Jake, as a baseball fan, what do you think of Ohtani's start to this season? He's killing it. I said, and I got a lot of flack for it, I think the thing went semi-viral, right? I mean, what is viral nowadays? We say viral and it's like, yo, dude, that went viral, and it's like 100 people liked it. Like, come on. No, this went semi-viral, I gotta say. I gotta give myself some credit. Because, I mean, it had, yeah, this, I mean, I don't even know. I don't know. 104,000. All right. Forum is 104,000 views on a singular post on Twitter. Is that viral, semi-viral, or not viral at all? You guys have to let me know in the comment section before we proceed. I need to know. Because I don't know. I have no idea. Alex, literally the first day Jake tried to schedule, the power went out like 2 minutes before he was about to go live. The next after that, Spectrum decided to blue ball his neighborhood. LL YouTube TVA at work. Right? Mark Xavier? Totally hard. Viral would be like 1 million. I'd say semi. I agree. I think it's semi. Viral is millions. I agree. So it's semi-viral. Viral is, yeah, viral's like 1 million, which I've had before. If you guys remember the post making fun of the NCAA, it was like something about Venmo, and I had the not Kanye, good lord, Kawhi Leonard. Remember the Kawhi Leonard laughing? Hey. Yeah. I had a meme go viral with that. But no, on Twitter, 104,000 views. I'll say it went semi-viral. I said baseball needs this World Series matchup, and I had the Dodgers and the Yankees. And oh my God, Dodgers fans were like, yeah, Jake, way to go, Jake. I thought you hated the Dodgers, which I didn't say I didn't hate the Dodgers, but that's neither here nor there. But then you had the people who were like, No, baseball absolutely doesn't need that. And it was like, no, absolutely not. We need the Phillies and Orioles. And I was just like, oh, good God. People get so upset over an opinion. It's funny. I mean, let's be honest here. 2 iconic franchises. Can't beat that. Why am I a Rams fan? I think I've told this story a zillion times, but Matt, I'm a Rams fan because my father raised me to be a Rams fan, in short. He grew up in Irvine, California. He was next door neighbors with Jim Youngblood, who wore 53 and was a starting linebacker for the Rams at the time. And the rest is history. So that's why I'm a Rams fan. Yeah, Alex, I know, right? Got to have the 2 evil empires facing off. Yeah, he's a great dad. He went with me yesterday to see Starset, which, guys, if you like rock, you like electronic music, EDM, any of that, it's like, if you like Breaking Benjamin, if you like Linkin Park, if you like that sound, and you have not checked out a live demonstration of Starset, you need to go do that. Just trust me. Thank me later. How am I feeling about the Lions game? I've already gotten tweets from them. Look, not all Lions fans are the way they are. So, I don't want to give them too much air because, I mean, the people that are, that were giving me Alexis death threats, doxed my home address, those people aren't worth my time, But, I mean, I'm friends with people that are Lions fans. I think it'll be a fun game. Personally, I think the Rams are going to win. I think the revenge is going to be sweet. And I might have a little too much fun over it. But that's how I feel. I appreciate that, Vic. No, I don't plan on stopping. So, yeah, no, I really do appreciate that. Did I watch the Rams schedule video? Yeah, I thought it was solid. I thought it was a solid video. I like the creativity. I think I graded one draft before. I might consider it. I might consider going back and grading drafts. Yeah. I have not seen any of the Planet of the Apes movies, believe it or not. Jake, love your content, bro. Always watch it on my way to work. Keep it up. Appreciate it, Chronic. My dad did raise me the right way. Yes, absolutely. That's crazy. Joe Namath on the Rams beating the Eagles. Caesar, I'm absolutely trying to make it out to SoFi at some point this season. Yes. Absolutely. What am I most excited about this year? Hard to say. I mean, I'm really excited to see Verse. I'm really excited to see Fisk. I'm really excited to see Puka Nacua in year 2. I kind of had the realization. So I'm going to say something that's a little controversial. Okay? Not that controversial. I'm overblowing it. But some people might not like what I'm about to say. There was a point when Puka Nacua was having a fantastic year, looked outstanding, that I said to myself in the middle of last year, I like Nacua, but I kind of have this feeling that it's just volume targets, right? I didn't think Puka was, it's not that I didn't think he was good. It's I didn't think he was as good as he was showing he was, because I think he was just being targeted more than everyone else. But after the season, I went back and I watched the film. And I not only came away with that not being true, but I came away with the fact that I think Puka Nacua can end up being the best receiver in the NFL. No joke. When I watched him, I was like, wow, I was wrong. I was wrong. Okay? I totally at one point thought that at one point he was good, but not great. He was good, but he was taking advantage of his opportunities, which nothing wrong with that. He was good, but he was in a strong system. No. This year, I think we're going to start to see glimpses of Puka Nacua turning into the best receiver in the NFL. And the reason I say that is because when I was watching him after the fact, I'm watching his route running. I'm watching over the course of the year how he gets more comfortable getting off the line of scrimmage, how he's, almost always finding the soft spot in the zone. And when I say that, like, what does that mean? Some people might not even know what I'm talking about. What I mean is you got to also be smart enough. It's not just route running and getting open isn't just the art of running to one spot and saying, pass me the ball. It doesn't work that way. Route running, you have to create separation. You also have to, what's the word I'm looking for? You have to deceive your defender. You have to make them think you're going somewhere while not giving up any sort of leverage by not telling them anything based on how you're running routes. It's why your shoulders need to be square when you're running downhill, okay? Because as soon as you start to lean one way, now the corner knows where you're going. So, look, I didn't think I'd get to that conclusion, and I'm not saying he's there yet, but at some point, Puka Nacua can end up being the best receiver in the National Football League. The one reason why he potentially can't, is because of Justin Jefferson's physical athleticism. He's way more athletically gifted than Puka Nacua. So he does a lot of the good things that Nacua does, and he has elite level traits. It's hard to beat that. But I mean, here's the deal. I don't know a single soul that blocks as good as Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua do. Not one. Nakua's a rookie, though. So if he's already on the same level as Cooper Kupp like that, basically you can run 11 personnel, 3 wide receivers, and only 1 guy in the backfield, and essentially have a fullback. Because now you can motion Puka Nacua to, he goes in motion and blocks up the gap. And now, boom, there you go. Now he's your lead back. He's your lead blocker. He's a fullback. There you go. But in addition to that, he can also make crazy plays near the sidelines. His sideline awareness has always been insane. I said that back when I was watching Jaren Hall tape at BYU. He's always had that. He always knows, hey, I'm going to need to get my feet in bounds. So, yeah, I didn't realize it, and maybe that, that's on me, but I started having the realization this offseason. I wanted to let you guys know, and I wanted to share it, that I really think Puka Nacua, when it's all said and done, can end up being the best receiver in the NFL. I really believe that. And he might not be the fastest, but he's not slow. So that, that's the thing. We've watched this guy win at every single level of the field, whether it's making a diving catch over the middle or making a diving catch and getting his elbow down so he stays in bounds as he slides out of bounds, or getting his toes practically stepped on so he could keep his feet in bounds, or breaking tackles like a running back and making plays after the catch, or making plays after the handoff via, a sweep, a jet sweep, jet motion, what have you. Or like the Lions game where you just throw over the top and he's open. The game against Washington, the Commanders, or it was the Browns, either one of them, Commanders or Browns. The touchdown where he went 75 yards looked pretty damn fast to me. I think he's got it all. I really do. So, yeah, I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see his growth, his maturation. He's got a good head on his shoulders, and I think it's going to go a long way. So I'm excited for him on the defensive side. I'm really excited for Quentin Lake. We can sit here and talk about Cameron Curl and Cameron Kinchins, and we can talk about Jared Verse and Braden Fisk, but I think Quentin Lake is like the X factor of this defense. Not really talked about except for like McVay, which is a good thing. The head coach is talking about him in the offseason. But Quentin Lake can play linebacker. He can play safety. He's got range, okay? This is somebody that can be your Kyle Hamilton. No joke. I literally Googled Quentin Lake to make the graphic that I made for the thumbnail. I Googled Quentin Lake images. And I'm not even kidding you. For a split second, when I put in Quentin Lake Rams. No, it's still doing it. Kyle Hamilton came up. Like, are we for real? I'll put it in the Discord if you don't believe me. Like, Kyle Hamilton just came up as like a... Like, are we serious? I've been touting him as kind of their Kyle Hamilton. And then Google literally has him as one of the guys. Like, one of the options. It's just crazy. So, yeah, I just put it in the Discord if you want to check that out. But, man, that's crazy. So, with that said, we are going to wrap up this show. Really appreciate you guys hanging out with me, but we're not done yet. We're not done yet. We got 20 minutes because I'm going to end this at midnight. I am going to try in an orderly, decent way. I'm going to try and bring on some callers. I haven't tried this in a minute, so we'll see if that works. But I'm going to try to bring in callers. And the first 4 in the waiting room, I'll bring on. So, Falco, Jack, Darth. One more spot. And you guys get 5 minutes each. It's in the Discord if you want to call in, but you have to be one of the first 4. I'll do more call-ins moving forward. This is just a kind of a teaser of what's to come. Probably do a whole full-on open mic night at some point. Okay. Let's see here. I'm not really sure. Is it that? Discord. Is it this? That's the only problem is I don't remember where. Call in Discord. There it is. Okay, cool. So that's me. Yeah, I think we'll be good. To make sure it doesn't bleed into my microphone, I'm going to use my headphones. It's been a minute since I've used these. So, okay. Let's see. Okay, cool. We got 4. All right. I'm going to lock the waiting room then. Well, I'll remember them, and I'll just call it after. Okay, cool. So we'll start off first come, first serve. Falco, what's up? Oh, one sec, Falco. It doesn't look like you're coming through. Let's see. Why isn't he coming through? Um, hmm. Try it now.
Yo.
There we go.
Okay. There we go.
Cool.
What?
What's up, man?
Yo, it's been a while.
Yeah, your mic sounds good, by the way.
Thank you. Last time we spoke was in what? After the wild card game? Back in January?
Yeah. I don't know. The last live stream I did call-ins, I think, was the Lions game. I think I did a live stream, JE Live. I want to say when Kevin Dotson was signed.
I want to say after the Aaron Donald retirement.
The vertical one, but I mean like JE Live, like the regular one this. Yeah, I think it was the Dotson signing. I can't recall if I had anybody on for that.
I don't think you did.
Okay.
If I recall. Well, I believe the last time when a call-in happened was after the wild card game. So it's been a while.
It has. So Falco, I think I'll start the 5 minutes now because it took forever.
Sure.
But yeah, what are your thoughts on the Rams in 2024?
Man, I am really optimistic about the season. Like, we had a killer draft. We had a killer free agency. Just time to piece it all together and see what happens. I'm projecting like 12-5, 13-4 season. Like 12, 13 wins. Us winning the NFC West, potentially the 1 seed. I don't know if we could win the 1 seed because of other divisions and all that mess. But I think the Rams will have a very successful season.
I do as well. And I have 13 wins for the Rams. Officially, I'm locking it in 13-4, of course, barring injury. So what was your favorite move in the offseason? Because obviously, there were a lot.
Man, that's hard to say because on one hand, I think bringing in Jonah Jackson was big, bringing in Cam Curl, drafting Jared Verse. I think I will go with my Michigan bias and say drafting Blake Corum because, look, Kyren needed a reliable running back too to keep him healthy, to keep him fresh. And bringing in somebody like Blake Corum, who has fantastic vision, who is similar to Kyren, but I think he's a better receiving back than Kyren. And he can do some different stuff, but has that similar build. I think that's going to help out the Rams' rushing attack so much, and that'll put more faith in Sean McVay to run the ball instead of just going pass happy.
Yeah.
Which has been a bit of a complaint from us last season.
I didn't see them going that direction, and I actually kind of like it. So you're getting a clone, what you believe is the closest thing to a clone of what already works in Kyren Williams. And, I kind of had the different approach of going out and diversifying the running back room, but I think it makes more sense. I mean, power's kind of overrated, if we're being honest. We love Steven Jackson, and Todd Gurley had a decent amount of power. But the thing about Todd Gurley wasn't his power, it was his speed. It was his quickness. The thing about Marshall Faulk was his elusiveness. The thing about Jackson was that, yes, he was powerful, but he also had that elusiveness. He also had the pass catching ability. I think he had over 1,000 yards in a season receiving. The point I'm making is that, I think we put way too much, stock into power running backs. And I like that they got Corum because I think he's got that elusiveness that you just love to see. And he's a little bit faster than Kyren. So I think they'll complement each other.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah. So any final thoughts before I let you go, man?
Any final thoughts is, well, first off, the gaming streams are going to be fantastic content throughout the offseason.
Yes.
Much needed content since dead period. But what I can say is that Rams are going to have a very good season. I'm excited for it. And I hope you guys are excited as well.
I'm with you, man. It's going to be a fun year. It'll be fun on this channel. Yep. You know, I think there's going to be a lot of growth, and I'm really looking forward to it.
I am as well.
Well, Falco, appreciate you hanging out with me for a little bit. Obviously, you know, it's I will try to keep them shorter this year because obviously I let people just kind of ramble and then other people can't be on. But I don't know if it'll be this short. It's just this is kind of me trying to bring it back, but slowly. So appreciate you, man. And yeah, I'll be around. And I'm sure you will as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. See you around as well, Jake.
All right. Sounds good, man. You take care.
You.
Okay. Jack, what's up?
Yo.
Oh, another good mic. Well, I already knew that, but how's it going, man? We haven't.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
We haven't talked since I want to say the last time I streamed, which is probably with you. Probably the last time I ever played Call of Duty.
Might be. And if you haven't touched the game since, I don't blame you. It's been a mess. So
yeah, I've just totally not interested in what they have to offer right now.
Yeah, I've completely checked out.
So, Jack, what are your thoughts on the Rams offseason going into? Well, what are your thoughts on the Rams 2024? We'll just start off with that.
Immediately after Super Bowl 58 ended, I tweeted that they were going to beat the Chiefs in Super Bowl 59. I have that tweet bookmarked. Depending on whether or not it'll age well, we'll see. But yeah, I'm pretty confident in this team. I think you made a great point earlier when you said that like there aren't really that many holes to fill. Like the fact that Aaron Donald retired and they still like you can't point out any like major holes in the team other than the ones you brought up earlier. It's like it's just that good of a team.
Yeah.
And I think I'm really excited about the pickups that they had early on in the draft. I think we're gonna see a little bit more of Jordan Winnington than I first thought we would because remember what happened, but something happened.
Well, they traded away.
Oh yeah, they traded Skoranek. That's what
happened.
Yeah. So
I'm sure Scoot's not happy about that.
Yeah, I feel bad for Scoot. He was like my first thought.
Yeah, no, definitely. What was your favorite move the Rams made this offseason?
That's a tricky one. You asked that to Falco, and I was starting to think about what mine might be. I'm pretty high on the Trey White signing. That's kind of one of those where it's like the big fish in free agency was available and the Rams went for him and they pulled it off. I'm pretty happy. Like I always get really happy when like you hear that they're meeting with like a big name free agent and then you hear that they actually like did manage to pull off that signing. It's like, dang, like Sean McVay, Les Snead, they're that good at convincing people.
Yeah. That's how I felt about Cameron Curl. I didn't even think he was going to be on their radar. I thought he'd be way too expensive. They got him for an absolute steal. That is one of my favorite moves they've made. I don't think people are ready for Cameron Curl. I think he is going to be such a fun player to watch.
He is. He's really alert. He's really like he's aggressive towards the ball. I was watching some old highlights a couple days ago. It's kind of funny because like one of the highlights of I was watching was our game against Washington, and Cam Curl I think recovered one of Kyron's fumbles, and that felt a little bit weird to watch because it's like former Ram or future Ram on current Ram crime, but you know, it's water under the bridge.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, man. Do you have any final thoughts before I move it on to the next two or the last two?
Underrated thought. What word? I just tripped over my own voice. Underrated thought about the Rams. I'm not sure how much this is being talked about, but can we talk about how awesome it is that last season we had 4 teams coming off of buys that we had to play, and now this year we've only got 1.
That is huge.
Like, that's absolutely huge for the schedule.
Which team is that, by the way? I don't recall.
I don't know.
Okay.
I have to look into that. I don't know. But yeah, no, I'm hyped. I'm hyped we get Detroit week 1. They're going to come out hot. They're going to come out angry. They're going to come out wanting revenge. So I'm looking forward to it. I think this is going to be a really good year for the Rams.
I do too. Jack, I will see you around. We'll probably game together at some point. So
you get CFB, hopefully.
Yeah, well,
I can pick that up too.
I'll definitely be getting that. I think I'm gonna get into it. From the looks of it, I could definitely see myself getting into Fallout 76 again. I've already been playing it a little bit in my free time. So the Fallout games, the Dragon Ball games, those will probably be the games I stream until college football comes out. But man, appreciate you, and we'll keep in touch, man.
For sure. Good talking to you again.
Absolutely.
All right, I'll catch you later.
All right, later, Jack. Okay, so 2 more here. We got Darth, and then we got Swizzle Berry, and then that's the show. So, Darth, how's it going?
Going good. How are you, Jake?
Good, man. Nice to hear your voice. I know it's been I don't know. I mean, it hasn't been that long. It was like January, February, around that. But
yeah.
But nice to talk with you. Hope all is well. What are your thoughts on the 2024 Rams?
Oh man, my opinion on it has been like a roller coaster because, the offseason was like so great, and then the Aaron Donald like retired, and then all of a sudden like my thoughts were like, I don't know what this team's gonna be. But then after the draft of really addressing the edge and the D tackle, now all of a sudden, man, I cannot wait for the season to come. I am so hyped for this team, the potential of it.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely gonna be a fun season. That is for sure. Kind of looking at the off season, a lot of guys came and went. Who would you say was your favorite pickup that the Rams made?
I would say, I'm just going to say Jared Verse, just because finally getting to see the Rams get pick in the first round for the first time since Jared Goff, and it's just an exciting to get to see that. I was so scared like going to the draft, like I was going, please don't trade out of like the first round. It's like I just want to see them finally pick again.
Yeah.
And I cannot believe, I still can't believe that Jared Verse fell to us and we just sticked at 19. I was prepared for us to make a trade up for somebody. I was totally prepared for it.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I like the move for Jared Verse. I really didn't think he would be there. I thought the Bengals were going to take him, and I think the Rams did as well. But, yeah, he was one of their top 3 players in the draft. So to come away with him, they were very happy about it. What are your thoughts now on the schedule? Because I know, that just came out. I have 13-4. But where are you on the Rams?
I don't know if I would go as far as like 13, but I could see us maybe like 11 to like 12. I kind of have it on that range because, man, it's not an easy schedule at all, but I actually like that because I like having a tough schedule than an easy schedule, because then I feel like it gets us more battle tested if we can like make in comes of like playoffs, and it really shows like how good of a team we really are.
No, I'm with you there. They have a lot of that battle testing. I mean, you talk about the first 5 games going up against, a Caleb Williams looking Bears team. That could be very interesting, very new team, going out and getting Keenan Allen and, Swift. And I look at that team and then the Packers and the 49ers and the Lions. I mean, all in that 5-game span, that's battle tested. That's early on. But then I think you have a murderer's row of teams. You talk about the Eagles and the Saints and the Jets and the 49ers and the Bills. I think that 49er game is going to be so hard to win because the 49ers have all the leverage playing at home on a short week against a team that is going to be coming off playing the Bills. I really think that's going to be a tough one, but yeah, like a lot of battle testing for sure.
Yeah.
Do you have any final thoughts before I let you go?
I am so happy that that we're finally actually playing that the Green Bay Packers are finally coming to SoFi for the first time.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's like we always play them in Lambeau.
It's crazy.
Always.
It was like 3 times in a row, right?
Like the only time that they've been in LA, I think, was like 2018. I think
I was at the game. It was when Ty Montgomery fumbled the football, and the Rams ended up winning the game because of it. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy. It's crazy.
That is funny, man. Well, hey, I'll let you go here, but we'll be talking throughout the off season and during the season. Appreciate your support as always, man, and you take care.
You too.
All right, later.
Later.
If it isn't my friend Swizzle Berry. He's muted right now, but give it some time. Let's see. While I wait. I know the Jets have like 7 primetime games. Aaron Rodgers effect, folks. And being in New York.
Now it wants to work.
What's up, Swizzleberry? How's it going?
Not much. How are you?
I'm good. I cannot complain. I'm in great mindset, and it's nice to be back doing this.
Yeah, dude, the new set looks great.
Thank you. It took like 2 weeks.
I believe that. It takes a while.
A blank white wall behind me, and people are like, "Is he okay?"
Yeah, and then next thing you know, you're holding up the most recent newspaper.
Yeah. Oh man.
So, but yeah, dude, this season's looking exciting.
It is. It definitely is.
Yeah, it's something that's going to be cool. So, the one nice part is we should have, I think it was 4 primetime games.
5 actually.
5.
So yeah,
Jeez.
It's 49ers, Dolphins, Eagles, Vikings, and Lions.
Yeah, and a lot of those are home.
Yeah, I think the first 3 are at home. 8, 10, and 12.
Yeah, which is just perfect. It's where they should be. I mean, realistically, I feel like you have a team like the Rams with McVay, Stafford, Kupp, minimum 3 times.
I know, it's wild.
Last year was ridiculous. We only had 2.
It's just weird because they never get that opportunity. It seems like they always play on the road on prime time. So it's cool that they have 3 home games in a row. So what are your thoughts on this team? Like, where, coming into 2024, where are you on this team?
This is going to be interesting because we're going to have a small stretch that is like an era of Stafford without Donald.
Yeah.
And I think we really get only like 2 to 3 years of this.
Yeah, it's
kind of a hard one to say, but overall, it's exciting.
I agree.
We have everything put together, ready to go. I think they did a good job overall, because one of the best things that they did was bringing back Darius Williams.
Yeah, I really like that pickup.
It was incredible because he did well in Jacksonville. So he's proven himself in 2 systems already, and he's already done very well here. at least on paper, he should be able to pick right back where he was, no problem, and he'd automatically be the cornerback number 1.
Yeah.
Now, Tre'Davious White is, for me, the biggest question mark, but I think they did a good job in structuring the contract so it protects themselves in case something's wrong.
No, I agree
But
with that.
we'll see.
Yeah, it was reported Tre'Davious White's deal was like $8 million for 1 year, and it was actually $4.25 million for 1 year, essentially with incentives. So it's a good deal, very favorable. Darius Williams is really only a 1 year deal. If they want to keep him for 3, they can. Only 1 year is guaranteed. So I thought they cooked this offseason. When it came to the secondary, going out and getting Cameron Curl was really surprising. Do you have a win-loss prediction for them?
11-6.
Okay, I see you.
Though downside with a lot of primetime games, especially a couple of Thursday, I feel like the team's going to drop a few here and there. And it's going to be rough. I think the NFC is going to be a lot more competitive all around. So there's a little less margin of error across each game that we're going to have.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting situations that we could see the Rams might lose a couple that they should have won. And it's going to be a little frustrating, and that's going to be it. But I feel like my thought process, I haven't dug deep into the schedule for all the NFC. I'm not even sure if we're going to have a team in the NFC go over 14 wins. And I think that might be the number 1 seed has 14 wins.
Yeah, I'm thinking. So I have 13-4. I think that'll be enough to win the NFC. I think the NFC is going to beat the crap out of each other. NFC, talk about 49ers and the NFC East, obviously. I think anybody's game in that division. Yeah. And then you have, the Bears, Lions, Packers. I think the Vikings are probably out this year. Would probably take them a little bit to get back. But, yeah, I
think they'll be better with Sam Darnold than Kirk Cousins.
Really? Okay, so you're higher on the Vikings.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still think they'll probably, it's going to be a dogfight for second, I would say, in that division, but then it could just go either way. It depends on how well Detroit performs. I think Detroit is probably more in the driver's seat. It's their division to lose.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
But like Green Bay is the one where Jordan Love has now had a full year of tape.
Yeah.
This is coming up to be his basically sophomore season starting. Granted, he'll still be a 5th-year quarterback, can probably adjust from there, but now that there's tape on him, we'll see how defenses adjust to him. It might mess him up a little bit. We're not entirely sure how that goes.
No, I hear you, though. I definitely hear you there. Swizzle, I'll be around, obviously, on Kick and YouTube. Do you have any final thoughts before I close out the show?
Not too much, other than I do like this part. I feel like if the Rams do have, as far as, of course, this goes into every trade deadline, I think they have an idea of probably being in a position to be all in this year. If they get up like the first 5 games, if they end up being 4-1, they're probably going all in.
I could see that. It'd be interesting to see who they go after because, like I mentioned, I don't feel like they have a need, but this would be an upgrade. And an upgrade is different than a need. An upgrade is...
I think, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, hey, I have this really nice camera right here. Cost me $1,000, the A6400. If I were to upgrade it, I'd get probably a $2,000 camera. The camera's great,
right?
But I could get an elite camera, That's an upgrade.
Yeah.
Like when you're like, hey, I'm using my MacBook Pro's eyesight that's not even 1080p, and I'm using that to stream. I'm going to get a DSLR camera. That's a need.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, and it could be something like we see, depending on how the Raiders do, we could end up seeing maybe someone like Max Crosby.
yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully. Probably not, though.
Yeah, that would be interesting because, Verse and Byron Young, but being the fact that Byron Young is 26 years old, it really is interesting, to say the least, what direction they'll go in at edge.
Yeah.
I think if they went with anybody, it would be wide receiver. They like their wide receivers, but I think they want another one for whatever reason. So, but yeah.
I mean, that'd be interesting. But either way, thanks for taking me on. I mean,
Absolutely.
we'll see what happens. It'll be exciting.
Anytime, man. Appreciate you as always. And, hope to see you around. I'm going to be streaming a lot more. This is kind of my
Sounds good.
welcome back little party, if you will.
Well, yeah, welcome back. It's nice to have you.
Hey, thank you.
All right. Have a good one.
All right. You take it easy.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks. Okay, guys. So I did it in a way that I didn't talk on the call in for 30 minutes for one person. I'm normally really bad at managing it. I think I got it down. We'll see. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. It's been a lot of fun. My return back to live streaming felt really natural. And we'll try to keep it going. We'll try to, go back to doing this. And guys, before you head out of here, please be sure to follow me on Kick. Really does help me out. I'm doing great on YouTube right now. Although, if you haven't already subscribed, be sure to do that. But I'm doing really great on YouTube right now. I'm going to keep pursuing Kick. And as you can see, I just dropped the link there. It's kick.com/JKBogan. Throwing me a follow really goes a long way. Preseason watch party, I would be shocked if that doesn't happen. I am planning on doing preseason watch parties for sure. I'm actually very much considering doing a few Rams watch parties during the regular season, the Thursday night football games, stuff like that. So we'll see what ends up happening. As you guys know, I love watching it with my family. It's like, yes, I'm able to still watch it for my job, essentially, because I have to analyze the game. But it's also, I get to watch it with my family. Being that my dad has his open mic night that he hosts every Thursday night, and they have 2 Thursday night football games, I might just opt to do the Thursday night game myself and might do 2 Thursday night watch parties for the Vikings and 49ers games. So also, I don't care. I'm not jinxing anything. I don't believe in any of that. So yeah, I'll definitely consider doing a watch party. The Lions game, I'm going to avoid doing the watch party for the Lions game. I might be a little too rowdy for that. I have a good filter and I keep things calm, but man, if there's a one game that I really need the Rams to win, I think it's that one in the regular season. I want them to win that more than any of the 49er games. That's really where I'm at. So yeah. Bring us in live with your fam. Maybe someday. At some point, I am planning on doing a tour throughout this apartment. So that'll be on the Jake Ellenbogen Extras channel, as will the Star Set content that I'll be posting later. But again, really appreciate you guys showing out. 735 views. I went live abruptly. Only people on Discord really knew that I was going live. So much appreciated, guys. The love is real. And looking forward to the next one. I'll see you guys soon. Take care, folks.